Diddy. Diddy, you know, we done been talked about Diddy too, honey, baby. We done talked about Diddy on our what did we talk about Diddy on? We done talked about Diddy on TikTok and IG, and I remember I had one video. A Diddy video was one of the first video reels that I had posted. It was one of the first videos that I had posted on IG, and I remember it was a slow boy on there. Me and him used to follow each other. Yeah, I'll be attracted to slow people. I really, IQ and stuff really don't matter to me. A lot of times, slow people, we going to change subject. Diddy. Let's go back to Diddy. Honey, yeah, Diddy steps down as the chairman of Revolt. Now, this don't mean that Diddy going to be getting no less coins. This just means that Diddy is very likely going to no longer be the face of Revolt. Pause the read. Honey, pause the read. Honey, I'm a little too slow. I'm a little too slow to be reading at the moment. It just breaks down for you that he's not going to be involved in the same way that he was involved in Revolt. But he still worked there. It's not really so much for the fans. It's like a warning for the sponsors. If y'all want to stick with us, if y'all want to stick beside us, we'll put him in the back. And if you don't know, it's because the lawsuit that Cassie filed against him. Well, honey, the lawsuit that Cassie filed against him, I think, has sparked this specific chain of events where a lot of companies that he owns wants to distance themselves from him, including DeLeon. I don't think I don't think he was I think he was already nixed from Ciroc, or had rolled out of Ciroc. But anyway, yeah, Cassie had did the lawsuit. If you heard me talk about it here recently, then you gonna have to listen again. Cassie done filed the lawsuit, honey. New York was having this rollback. They was having this they was allowing the what is it called? Cairo, the statute of limitations. New York had lifted the statute of limitations for adult survivors of actual assault to, file their cases, to go back and file their cases. It was some stuff happened with Trump and all that. Long story short, they was allowing, they lifted the statute of limitations for essentially all actual assault victims to go back and file charges and pursue cases against their victimizers, right? Cassie files suit, honey. It says that Diddy had her out here looking for BBC. Honey, Diddy was out here giving voyeurism, honey. Diddy was out here giving cuckolds, play in the corner, honey. Play with my guitar in the corner, play with my flute in the corner, honey, while you get slammed down and slayed down by BBCs, honey. Keep in mind that he done met this girl when she was a teenager. They keep going with the age 19, but if I'm not mistaken, I believe me and Cassie is around the same age, and I remember her being younger than 19 when she first transitioned from modeling for Diddy and Russell Simmons into singing, when she was being produced initially by Ryan Leslie, who was also an adult man who was seeing her and having an actual relationship with her as a teenage child. Shout out to Ryan Leslie. Yeah, they be passing these little girls along, honey, right in front of your face. But anyway, so Cassie, Cassie done married that white man now, honey. So the white man, had been on her side. I believe they trauma bonded. I think that's how they ended up together, because he was seeing all of the Cassie skits, and she was telling him all of the skits that he wasn't seeing when they was working out and stuff, because, he was supposed to be like her personal trainer or whatever. And honey, and of course, you know, he wasn't never invited for none of the shenanigans because he's not a he's not a BBC. You know, he's a WCC. You know, white Caucasian kind. You know what I mean? He wasn't given BBC. So he wasn't invited to the party, honey. Cassie's probably traumatized by the BBC at this point, honey, and that's probably another reason why she trauma bonds it with the white man as well and feels comfortable with him. And I wish them the best. You know, trauma bond. People talk shit about trauma bond, but those can be very long lasting, beautiful, healthy relationships. Mm-hmm. Depends on your definition of healthy. Depends on your definition of healthy. But anyway. Cassie filed the suit, and I don't know if you know, but it wasn't even 48 hours later. I'm wondering if it was even 24. Diddy has settled the suit. Real quick, real quietly, we're going to shut that down. P. Diddy, Sean Combs, Puff Daddy, Brother Love has said. Sean Join. Honey. Two more people came out. Two more ladies came out, honey. One still remains anonymous. The last I checked, honey, one of the ladies accused Diddy and Aaron Hall of running a train on her, honey. The stories tend to corroborate being forcibly or non-consensually intoxicated. A Mickey slip, a Bill Cosby. Not necessarily a Quaalude, but that's what they give her. That's what they give her. Honey, two more people had came out. They said, honey, Aaron Hall is one of them niggas. Child.
I like the fucking public, you feel me?
Yeah.
So niggas can't say nothing about it. Them square ass niggas, them precious cake little dick niggas.
Yeah.
I like for them niggas to see how I fuck. Like if you speak to Jodeci or Puffy or any of them niggas, they been at my house. They all see me fuck. They all know I'm a big nigga.
Yeah.
If a bitch.
They all know he a big nigga. Everybody gotta be good at something, right? Everybody has to have some desirable trait, right? And with Aaron, it clearly ain't his face. People also starting to reconsider things that a lot of people have said. You know? Sounds
My focus right now is Sean Combs. He's a sex trafficker. And he's using music and entertainment to sex traffic. He's just an extreme narcissist who loves power. He loves the ability to manipulate and control people. Why? Most likely because he was victimized by his mentor, who loved to control people, Andre Rowell.
Tell us how
who was mentored by Clive Davis. Puff started out as an intern.
Yes,
he was throwing parties with Mark Barnes in Washington, D.C. And then he became an intern at Uptown. And Andre got passed over. Like, how do you go from being the president of Uptown and losing your entire company to your intern? If I were to put a label on Puff, I would say that he's the Andy Warhol of hip hop. And he got smart and he listened to all of his advisors, mostly Clive Davis, and he won. Like, he was determined to win. Like, nobody knew how determined he was to win. Like, that whole...
Puffy's niggas is rolling over on them too. Hate to see it. Hate to see it.
Of that. But there's some artists that didn't say anything, that didn't sign it, and they able to talk about anything they want to. And I think that's those girls that was, I think Danity Kane. I think a couple of them didn't sign it. And boy, oh boy, they probably gonna go after him too. Cause I heard him, and I'm giving you this, Aubrey. He stood up there and he said in front of a lot of people, we were in the studio, And I said something to him.
They turning on, baby, honey. They turning like two left shoes, baby. Dialogue is his name, and he got plenty of dialogue. This one, for example.
I want to dig deeper into this lawsuit by Cassie, because when we did the first interview, we couldn't get into everything because the lawsuit is so long. So looking at this lawsuit, she alleges that, Diddy, he'll make her look online for BBCs for their freak-off sessions. And she say that, in this lawsuit that, Diddy, he enjoyed watching her get smashed by BBCs. So, what you think about that?
Do you think she was the only one getting banged by him? Because you got to realize this lawsuit and the information they had and they gave the Diddy people was 6 months ago. So some of that stuff was cut out. Okay, we're gonna give you this, but you got to cut this part out. Cassie, who searched for the big black, and she was searching for the big black, not only for herself, but for somebody else who we all know that was in the room with her. So if he want to see it and he want her to touch it, that other person in the room with her just might want to feel it.
So you feel like Diddy was having sex with the male prostitutes?
They had to be for both of them. They was in the room, right?
You're right.
I mean, honey, it depends. It depends on how you define sexuality. Elektra. If y'all watch Pose, honey, Elektra, and her man who was keeping her had explained that, honey, sometimes they just like it in the room. Sometimes they just like it to be in the room. Child, I ain't for all that foolishness. I ain't gonna lie to you, honey. All that shit is weird to me, honey. Now, I ain't gonna say all of it's weird, cause I might not be mad at seeing my partner get bust down by somebody else. I might not be mad at that. Judge your mother. But all of this manipulation and coercion, and it all just sounds like repressed sexuality to me. Sounds like repressed homosexuality to me. It also could be some trauma-based homosexuality or some homosexuality-based trauma. Sounds like it's going on. I feel like this industry is a revolving door evolution of abuse, actual abuse against people in general. Actual abuse, actual exploitation, honey, human trafficking, and that's been since the beginning. Fun fact. In this European-based society, the history of acting in this European-based society, the actors were prostitutes, literally. We haven't gotten, that was what? Shakespeare? We haven't gotten far away from that now.
Comes a time when you're in a situation that may seem like a good situation, but if you're not waking up happy, or if you disgruntled, or you really don't want to be around that person, you find every excuse to get out of there. And I got diabetes. So my excuse was, I can't be with you every day. I can't do this. I can't do that. I'm losing weight. I'm doing that. But in reality, it was, I was sick. I was sick of you. I was sick of everything that was going on around you. I was sick of having to cover up everything that you did. I was sick. Cassie spoke on it. She said, yeah, I jumped on it. I jumped in between it. That wasn't the only time. It was other times. And it was other people.
Well. These Negroes ain't trying to get no money out of Diddy. Cause y'all quick to say whenever somebody come out and reveal, a lot of y'all be misogynist and stuff, and y'all be quick to hop on the train that it's always about money when people come out when it involves men being predatory. but specifically celebrities, specifically black ones. Y'all hop on that money. Oh, it's about the money. And don't get me wrong, I think the only point that y'all really make is that it's more commonly black men who are being accused and being put on the chopping block, when we know in actuality that a lot of these black men, they have been traumatized by white people. Didn't y'all hear them say that Diddy interned for Clive Davis, who is openly queer and about 300 years old? Child, what y'all think he been doing? He whole career been involved with black artists. So y'all think he wasn't involved with them black men behind the scenes, them black boys, them young producers and songwriters, Clive Davis? Baby, honey. Now you know Fofty. Now you know Fofty's ass, but honey, chap, that things sound different now. Things sound different now, baby. You know, the math be mathing different now.
That's why I don't be going to them puffy parties. They can hug you from the front and the back at the same time. What the fuck you talking about?
Yes, honey. Fofty says that the Diddy parties was known to be the get women parties. And again, honey, save our children. Y'all trying to protect y'all children from drag queens and stuff who may make the children feel comfortable in expressing various gender expressions. You know, having various gender expressions. Y'all scared. Y'all want us to stay away so that y'all children could stay in these male and female boxes, honey. But who is protecting the children from the people who y'all approve of? Child. Baby. I'm calling it. I'm calling it. I'm calling it. Directed by Fofty. It'd be nice if it would be directed by Ava DuVernay or somebody, though, wouldn't it? Honey, I've been told y'all that I think that this has spiraled for a while. I think that the hip hop police have been on Diddy for a while, honey. If you don't know who the hip hop police is, do your research. It's literally a branch of the government, law enforcement in the United States that specifically targets black musicians and entertainers. You know, they just breeze right over the Clive Davises and go straight to the Bill Cosbys and the Diddys. And where is Harvey Weinstein? She's still in jail? Remember, we had to discuss Harvey Weinstein because she is one of the extra letters of the LGBTQ. She one of the elemental PI intersex. Y'all, the court documents revealed that Harvey Weinstein, you know, had more of a vagina than you might have expected than the average. Anyway, child, honey, I think this all sparks from the setup, and I think it all was started from the setup, honey. Keefe D.
I told you, this thing's bigger than me around. I gotta listen to it.
This thing is bigger than Keefe D.
I'm going down. I'm taking a whole lot of people. Remember in the park. I told you, this thing's bigger.
And Keefe D made it very clear that Diddy was the one that he was taking down with him, honey. I don't know if y'all seen the tapes, honey. Let's do a little intermission real quick, honey, so we can get the rest of the tea together. Honey, what is y'all thinking? Let me know in the chat, in the comments. What do y'all think about Diddy? Honey, what do y'all think about Fofty? Yeah, let me situate this tea. Let me know what's going on in the comments. I know we still got a lot of tea with Diddy. Diddy didn't always had a lot of shit with him. Baby. It's a shame we got so much to say about Diddy in this one chat. Holy. Tiana says, since Cassie sued him as head of his business, He's stepping down of every. Yeah, he is trying to step down because he's trying to save them coins and them sponsors. Yeah. Thought Diddy settle out of court with her. He did. He settled out of court immediately. And that's the whole point that I was trying to bring up. QB, Bianca. What's up, Bianca, by the way? He settled real fast, real quick, and really in a hurry. It wasn't no question about it, honey. Bianca said that she likes Diddy. Honey, you know, some of the men that I love most and the ones that are closest to me are the most toxic. I'm not judging. Bianca said, what is a BBC? A big black rooster. A big black rooster. Tiana said, baby, if Kim Porter was still with us, well, honey, you know that is something else that is starting to be discussed. Tiana, the possibility of her being poisoned by Diddy. Honey, people been discussing the idea of Kim being poisoned by Diddy, you know, and how all these people close to Diddy just magically have heart attacks, especially when they want to write stories about their lives and stuff like that. They said that, you know, Diddy is scared of certain aspects of his life being exposed, you know, whether people realize that their secrets or not, you know. But people said that Diddy was paranoid about when Tupac put out Hit 'Em Up. And now Keefe D, who has admitted to being part of taking Tupac out, has also admitted that he was paid off by Diddy to take Tupac out, specifically because Diddy was nervous about the response to the Hit 'Em Up record by Tupac. What was that group that was with that Tupac had back in the day? Tupac and the Outlaws? Was it the Outlaws? Yeah, for y'all who don't know, Tiana is involved grew up with the Hollywood people, honey. So Tiana did grow up with Kim and did know Kim personally. Tiana says, Kim told me Diddy was dangerous. Rest her soul. Child. All right, we just gonna run with the rest of this live, honey. I can't promise you what we is and what we ain't gonna get. I can promise you we gonna get a couple more teas. We gonna spill a couple more teas before I roll up out of here, though. But I ain't gonna keep y'all too much longer. They said that right now everybody's trying to milk all the money that they can out of Diddy, honey, before he gets really implicated or charged in this Tupac case, honey, with Keefe D. Baby, honey. Sis got something to say about the whole legalese of it, honey. Y'all know I ain't no lawyer.
Her attorneys were really brilliant. They didn't sue just Diddy. They sued his corporations.
They sure did.
And they sued his corporations and sued in her capacity as an employee. When you do that, it triggers commercial liability insurance.
Yeah.
And it triggers another policy called directors and officers. Okay, and we know he's a director of these companies as the CEO. So now you got two policies. What happens then is it takes away Puffy's ability to settle. It's not his choice no more.
So it's no longer personal accountability. It's his organization.
It's his organization. And it's no different than like if you hit somebody with your car. Let's say you have State Farm. State Farm gets to decide to settle, not you. You could say, I didn't run the stop sign. That's not true. They're lying. If State Farm says, we don't care, we did our investigation, we're settling. That's it. That's what happened here. So because they added those claims, the corporate insurance carrier got to say, read over it and say, oh, hell no, we giving her the money.
We're hearing you. Diddy's public reputation is done.
It's done.
Yeah.
And if he wants to be able to leave anything to his children, he needs to walk away from all of these corporations.
Damn, he can no longer be the head of his corporations?
Well, remember, didn't I say directors and officers liability?
Yeah.
More than likely, what will happen is those insurance companies, they have the ability to say, we won't renew your policy if he continues to be a director or officer.
For all who didn't understand me, She essentially said what I said. He got to step away from these companies, honey, if he plans to maintain any revenue from these companies, honey. And since you brought up Kim, honey, I imagine that Kim is probably in heaven right now saying, this nigga, honey, Jesus might not always come when you call him, but he's always on time. Even if that time seemed way too late and way too short because it's been way too many victims already. Honey, I keep telling y'all Christians not to judge Jesus now. Honey, Diddy is out here though. He outside. He's outside, him and Carisha Brownlee. Carisha Brownlee don't look too happy. Pray for Carisha Brownlee, honey. He is an on-time God. Yes, he is.
Hey, Puff. Shampoo and Puff. That's what it is. Can I get a shot of y'all two right here? Yeah. Hey, yo, man.
Oh, Lord, the mic ain't been on this whole time, honey, and I've been steady talking. Child, we gonna have to run it back then, honey, so that y'all can hear what I was saying. Baby, honey, I bet you that underneath them sunglasses, Puffy was looking like a iguana. I bet you he was looking like a albino velociraptor gecko. Honey, I think he was on the hard substances. I think Diddy was on the hard substances. Let me take look how he was looking into the sky and stuff. I think he was on one of the hard substances, baby, or a couple of them. Just say no. I dare you to say no, honey. I feel like Diddy is daring himself to be sober. Look how he looking into the sky like he ain't never seen New York before. You think that was one of the BBCs that he made Cassie fine? No, you know that man don't fit the stereotype. You know Cassie was finding BBC butch queens so that they could interact with Diddy. Said, honey, partial butch queen gave for pay. Honey, baby, I don't know about y'all, but this party is giving awkward. This ain't what I heard Diddy parties give, honey. And they letting people record in the Diddy party? When did they start doing that, honey? This is giving very go to jail soon. This party is giving me very going to jail soon. If you from the hood, then you know. The last party that the nigga had before he get locked up, this seemed like this might not be the last, but it's like, you know, this is when we starting to wind it down. It's giving an awkward situation. He's an on-time God. Yes, he is. And now y'all saying that Justin ain't really his son. Honey. Y'all saying that Justin ain't really Diddy's son neither. Y'all saying that Anthony Wolf is really Justin's father. Honey. Sis, Tiana, you know anything about that? See, you know anything about if Anthony was really Justin's father? You know, can we verify with you this evening? It looks very likely that Anthony was Justin's real father. Honey. Jesus is weeping somewhere.